Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Hello and welcome to the Knit My Way Home podcast. This is a podcast about more than just yarns and patterns. My daughter Natalia and I like to take you with us on little adventures into the land that we love, our home, the remote and beautiful Yukon territory of northern Canada. This time, however, we're bringing you with us for a weekend trip to Haines, Alaska, my all-time favorite village in the whole wide world. I hope you'll enjoy. Haines, Alaska is a little fishing village on the Chilkat Peninsula in the Lynn Canal, and I've been coming here almost every year since I was a little girl. Bound by the Chilkoot Inlet on the east and the Chilkat Inlet on the west, the way we get to Haines is by road. The Haines Highway, which you saw in the opening credits, is a 240-kilometer route over the mountains. It connects with the Alaska Highway at the Yukon village of Haines Junction, but we'll save Haines Junction for another day. For us, as for many of our fellow Yukoners, Haines is a favorite camping destination. We're here for the Southeast Alaska State Fair. During the fair, the generosity of the borough is on full display, as the campgrounds are usually packed, and Haines opens its green spaces to visitors needing a place to pitch a tent or hang a hammock. Have you ever tried hammock camping? Let me tell you, once you get used to it, there's no going back. Hammocks are lightweight, easy to put up, and I've never slept more comfortably in my life. The way we do it is bring a sleeping bag and a pad, a sleeping mat pad that goes under the sleeping bag. It's so comfortable, and waking up to the branches of the trees and the birds and the gentle breeze, magic. Southeast Alaska State Fair started in 1969, and it's more or less been going strong ever since. It's 4 days of amazing food and great entertainment, and since it takes place in July, the daylight stretches on, barely dipping behind the mountains for a couple of hours before rising again. Long days filled with fun. Don't forget, Haines is a commercial fishing village, so you're never far from the ocean, even in the barn. This year, some of the main stage performers included a group of kids from Natalia's school, and they packed the house. The band's name is Cows Go Moo, and I bet you can hear some of the kids shouting moo in the background.
Are you ready?
And when it's time for a break from the music and the crowds, it's fun to go see the handwork exhibitions. The quilts this year were amazing. Of course, we checked out a booth in the market that was selling hand-dyed yarns.
When the light finally faded, we headed back to our roost between the tree branches. Barely a block from the park where we were camping is the Mountain Market and Cafe. If you visit Haines, the Mountain Market is not to be missed. The espresso coffee from the in-house roaster, Rapinski Roasters, is simply the best way to start the day. Right in the heart of Haines is the National Historic Landmark, Fort Seward. Fort Seward was the last of 11 military posts established in Alaska during the Klondike Gold Rush at the end of the 19th century. During World War I, the fort was a training center for Alaskan draftees. In 1922, it was renamed the Chilkoot Barracks. And in World War II, it became a recruitment station and a training center for troops involved in the Aleutian Campaign. It was deactivated in 1945 and has since become home to artists, craftspeople, and tourists. Nestled along the banks of the Chilkat River is the ancient village known as Clacwan. In Tlingit, Clacwan means the eternal village. The indigenous people who live here are known as the Chilkat Tlingit, and their beautiful artwork is all over the borough of Haines. I've always been enchanted by the totem poles and the other carvings in Fort Seward. They're wonderful to see. To me, looking at these beautiful carvings is like looking into a window of the past, present, and future all at once. The Tlingit canoe, or yakwa, was historically the primary mode of transportation for people living along the southeast Alaska coast. They're amazing boats. I've spent many years studying the art and learning the history of the people who are here before me, but to really understand what you're looking at, I guess you'll have to visit and learn from the people themselves. Now, what kind of a Knit My Way Home podcast would it be without some woolly goodness? Come with me down to Portage Cove for a few stitches. This is the Fleur Shawl. It's a free pattern from Espace Tricôt. Right now, our friends Carmen and Jackie from the Knitting a Good Yarn podcast, do you know it? Well, they're hosting a Fleur knit-along. The Fleur is an easy combination of garter and baubles. There are two versions, one striped, the other solid. I'm knitting the striped one in low mileage wool from Crux Fibres and yarn from Bleu Poussière, hand-dyed with logwood. I hope you can bear with the road noise and the wind because we're going to take you along the Chilkat River so you can hear the eagles cry. This is one of the best places I know for fly fishing. I could stand here for hours, cast after cast after cast. If you look closely between the trees, you'll see the fishermen out in their favorite spots, catching salmon. This river and the lake that is its headwaters holds so many memories for me. It's where my dad taught me to fish and where I caught my first fish.
Some of you already know that my mom loves bears, especially Smokey the Bear. When she was little, her dad hung a Smokey the Bear poster over her bed, and I guess that's where it all started. Anyways, Haines is Smokey the Bear heaven. He is everywhere, plus my mom never misses a chance to shout out, "Look, there's Smokey the Bear." There's a trail we want to show you a little piece of, called the Battery Point Trail. It's one we do every time we visit Haines. And if you ever get the chance to visit, we definitely recommend this easy walk through the forest.
Our last stop in Haines is always at the 33-mile Roadhouse Cafe for a plate of biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy is not sold in very many places in Canada, if anywhere at all, so we think of it as really American food, and we just love this little cafe roadside stop. I always feel a little bit sad heading back up into the mountains after spending a weekend in Haines. Feels like every time I go, I leave a little bit more of myself behind. It's been a longer break than we wanted from podcasting. Life's been difficult these days, but into every life a little rain must fall. And we're so glad that you're here with us now, especially our Patreons, for whom we offer this very deep and heartfelt thanks. You make this possible, and we appreciate it deeply. See you next time.